Okay, let's move on to our next speaker, who is from Indonesia, Miss Ratu Vienny. Ratu Vienny is a student in interior design. Ratu, are you here?
Hi everyone.
Hi Ratu, welcome.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you for inviting me. So you can call me Vini. I'm an interior design student from Jakarta, and um, right now I'm doing my final project, my last semester on college, and also last March I finished my internship on one of the architectural firm. So maybe I'm gonna show you some of my works in as an interior design student, and also give you some tips. Okay, how 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 to share the screen?
Bottom bar.
Okay.
And you can share screen on the bottom bar.
Oh, okay. Wait. So basically, as an interior design student, we have like interior design studio class, and in each semester we're given like one theme, like we're doing like residential project, or like hospitality projects, or public spaces and commercial. This is an example of what I'm doing in my first semester in the college. It's a restaurant for project for public spaces called Samsara Studio Restaurant. So basically, I'm designing a cooking studio. So this is the restaurant inside the studio. While doing the project for college, we basically do a research and create a background support our design. This is another version of the rendered picture. So in this cooking studio, I'm creating zero waste cooking studio. So it's very happening in Indonesia, like minimal lifestyle and like lifestyle, and also I'm leaning toward like I use a lot of like warm tones and also cool. I don't really like a bright color, so I'm playing with the texture and the color of the material here. I'm using like a black Nero, marble, and also rattan, which came from Indonesia. And next, I'm gonna show you my project for my fourth semester in class. It's a hospitality project. I create a resort, Boracay Resort. I was inspired by one of the city in Indonesia. It's Yogyakarta. It's a special region in Indonesia. It's full of culture, full of heritage. So this is what I designed for this project. We create like not only decorating the space, we also create the layout, how the space gonna work, and reception, waiting area, restaurant, and also the bedroom, and also the bathroom. Basically everything. I'm just gonna show you a little. And this is the other works that I do. The left one is like a co-housing space. It's from internship job located in Jakarta. I create the room and also the restaurant, the lounge, living area. And also the second picture is my Samsara cooking studio, and the other one would be the bottom of the Boracay resort I showed you earlier. And we also do like we also have a furniture class. So in this class, we create one furniture. First, I'm creating a chair, and in the second class, I'm creating like a rider. That's all. Oh, that's what I do as an interior design student. And next, I'm gonna show and give you a little tips on styling your space during this time, during this lockdown. Um, okay, I'm gonna switch the screen. So, decorating is like how we bring space to life, and also it's like the icing of the cake. Like it's what makes your room prettier and also aesthetically pleasing. And is a beauty is the harmony of four function, and also you gotta pay attention to the details. So first, what you have to pay attention to is the scale of the things you're gonna put or you're going to showcase in your room or your space. It has to be proportional, and you can play with the heights. Like in the example, we have the painting and also the books. It's a very different, and also you can mix it, try to mix a large with the small scale stuffs, and also try to avoid clutter. So you want to put enough stuff in your room, and doesn't it still looks tidy. It doesn't look clutters. And next, and for the material, you can use a lot of material actually. And remember, contrast can be beautiful. It's like for like the example she's using. This is one of the creation of Studio Ilse using like a terracotta floor tiles. On top of that, she is using like a fur carpet. So the contrast between the fur and terracotta, it looks very pretty, even though it's very different. One is very fluffy, the other one's very hard, but it complementing each other. And the next one would be the nature. Bring greeneries to your space. House plants, there's a lot of house plants out there, and you can search an inspiration from like Pinterest or Instagram, how to arrange it, how to put it in a pretty face or like a pot, or just hang them in your room. And the next one would be an artwork. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can use your own photo or your own artwork. You can print them and then frame it. Use your personal picture. Hanging the right level in the eye level, so it doesn't looks awkward if you hang them too low, like, and lay them out nicely, like the example I show you here. Next one would be I'm giving little tips. You can display some of your books, and we also the books have a lot of beautiful cover. You can use them and leave space for you to breathe. And also you can use a little tray for you to keep smaller things, your smaller stuff. And remember, it has to be personalized. It has to scream out. This is your space. This is your room, and you don't have to follow the trend. And the next one would be maybe during this time you can create some new hobby, or like found some new hobby, or like create some artwork. This is what I'm doing right now during the lockdown. I'm creating like embroidery art. So if you can create and showcase them in your room or hanging in your place, I think it would look beautiful. And the last one would, when you start doing it, you can take down everything and give yourself time to arrange. Imagine what your room gonna look like, and take a step back and see the whole thing if you feel overwhelmed by it. And also be able to add and reuse things. If you think the stuff is unnecessary, you can put them or give the stuff a new life, or to someone who needs them. And also, if you need another stuff, you can add them also to your room. But be mindful about what you're going to take into your room. I think that's all the tips from me. And yeah, thank you for listening.
Oh, thank you, Ratu.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You've introduced us to yet another design, minimalism. And to be minimalist doesn't mean that you have to have bare walls or that you have white. I see that you can actually play with color and wood and the sculptures and the artworks and wall hangings, and it still remains minimalist. So I'm very impressed, and we would love to see more of your work. Are you online or somewhere where we can see a lot of your work?
You can see my embroidery works on the Instagram, but I still don't have
Please post your
design
Instagram
portfolio.
work.
Okay.
You need to do that, because I'm seeing questions.
Yeah, I will.
I'm seeing people asking about how to do minimalist without being just white and plain and just empty and bare. So share with us your work and teach us your ways. Thank you, Ratu. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And also incorporating your hobbies. I loved that. I loved to see that you can actually see, use the hobbies that you've learned and the skills you've learned to decorate your house with it and make it so personalized. That's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. I can see that Charles is back, but we can move on maybe to the next one and then round out to Charles and then finish with the conferences. So we can move to our next speaker from Kenya, Kevin Koech. Kevin Koech, are you here?